So guys, today we took a loss. So this was like our second loss in the last, basically, like I'll say, I think 50 days. Second loss in 50 days. Last loss was, these are break evens, right? Last loss was the 8th of March, and before that was the 29th of January. But again, I'm not gonna sit here and dwell on them, because you know what? The more you celebrate your wins, the more you'll dwell on your losses. And after every stream, right, or after every time I took a win on stream, I always told my guys or the chat, I was like, yo, relax. It won't be your last win. It won't be your last loss. Another time will come where you'll go through these emotions again. So why waste your time dwelling, or why waste your time celebrating? You deserve to win, right? It's part of the journey. Losses will happen, wins will happen. So again, I'm making this video right now on the 3rd of March 3rd, 2023. What am I saying? March 23, 2023, the year 2023, on this loss right here, because next week, right? Look at the date. 3/23/2023, right? Next week, it's going to be a different story, right? Just like the last loss we took, the next day, I didn't go and chase it. I lost 60 pips. I didn't go back and chase 60 pips. I went back and I followed my plan the next day. The same plan I've had all year long. On my pips, next day caught 10, next day caught 20, next day caught this, right? And it adds up. Boom, 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 boom. What was the next loss? Nearly like what? A month later? So next loss was on today, 3/23. So yeah, it might suck right now. The feel might suck. It might feel like you're stuck and you're in trouble, but realistically, just follow the plan, follow the playbook, good things will happen. And next week, I'll make a video and I'm gonna show you guys how it'll totally change. And I'll show you guys during this week. There's no need to dwell, no need to get upset. Just follow your plan, and next week will be a totally different story, right? So I'm gonna catch y'all there. I'll catch y'all in the next clip, because I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna clip next week. All right, see you there. What's going on, guys? So it's roughly been like, I think, a week since I last made that video in the last clip, right? I wanted to clip two and two together and make a video, because I wanted to show you guys, like, what my reaction was after that loss, and how it's been throughout the week. Because some of you guys want to know that stuff. You guys want to see what my true feelings are, if I have emotions, right? And it's been going pretty good, I'll say. Like, we haven't had a loss since 2 break-even trades, just a bunch of wins. But I wanted to talk about just how we got here, though. It's like, we did nothing different, right? This is the loss we took, 23rd of March. Today is the 31st, a week after. We did nothing different the next day. We simply just got what the market gave us, took it, and on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Like, just repeat that same process, right? We didn't change up the strategy. We didn't change the plan. We didn't look to chase the loss. Like, the next trade was a 20 pip win. The next trade was a 10 pip win, right? And then 20 and 30 and 40. Like, it's like we didn't look to chase back 60 pips, because it doesn't make sense when you're acting upon emotion. Like, because look, you take 50 pip loss, and now you're saying, oh, well, now I need to make back 50 pips. And the market better give me 50 pips. It's like, the market might not even give you 50 pips, but what if the market prints a 20 pip range next trade, right? So it's just like about taking what the market gives you and not forcing anything in return. And that's what we did. But it's like, losses part of the game. Everyone knows that. Like, everybody knows that. It's part of the game. It's going to happen to you, and it won't be the last time it happens too. Like, you're going to take another loss, and you're going to take another win. You're also going to take another break even, right? So the more times you go through that loss, the more times you learn to adapt and adjust to it. You won't be affected by the losses as much as you were before. This is a game of repetitions, right? Discipline and repetition. That's all trading is. But it's like, that wasn't the first time I went through a loss, right? We took, 2 losses in the last 60 days, I think, right? Took a loss on the 31st of January and took a loss on the 23rd of March. So 2 losses in the last 6 days, roughly. And like, I wasn't planning to do that, right? But my plan was just to follow my plan, my playbook, right? Because that's what we spent a lot of our time on. Spending our time creating a journal, that synthesizing all these trade ideas, right? And that's all we can follow. And by following that and staying true to that and being disciplined to that, good things will happen. Like, I will take losses in between. I will take wins in between. But my backup is looking back at my stats and my playbook and looking back and be like, okay, well, we got here over the last 4 months, like we had this, or last 4 years, we had this success rate. And it's like, you can't compare one loss to all that sample sizing that you've done already, right? And that's what traders, a lot of traders do. They tend to see, you know, a loss and they get frustrated and they change up their strategy after. They look for ways to make it back. They act upon emotion. And we did nothing different, man. The same trade I took that day was the same trade I took the next trades throughout the week, and this is how it's been since. I'm gonna show you guys. My roughly since the last loss, which was on the 23rd, right? So let's go to the 24th, then go to the 31st of January here, or March. What am I saying? You're gonna see that this is a result. Yeah, like that's how it's been in between, right? It's been a pretty good week, I'll say. The account this month is up. I believe we're up, I think it was 17% last time I checked. 7%, 70%. And then the overall last year, or this year so far, since January 1st, has been roughly 315K. And then the last, 6 or 7 months has been this, so 147 deposit, and that is the profit. And that is the balance, right? Withdrawal, deposit. So, well, the point I was trying to get across was like, it won't be the last time these things will happen to you, man. And traders act like these things aren't supposed to happen. Like, yeah, they are supposed to happen, right? Trading is about winning, it's about losing, it's about breaking even. It's gonna happen multiple times, but just like anything in trading, the more times you go through things, the more you're gonna get used to it. Like there's a time in my trading career where like I sort of just, I go into streaks, right? These massive streaks. And at first I go into streaks, and what I noticed that it will start to affect me in a way where I'll start to hesitate. And that's what I tell people nowadays, like streaks don't matter, man. Right? They just take the same trade the next, like as in here, take the same trade, the same approach, right? But like I went on streaks, and then what I did was I started to hesitate on my trades, and I was hesitating on my trades, and it wasn't performing as well because I was scared to lose, to break the streak. And the only way I overcame that was because the more times I went through that of streaks, the more I got used to the fact that, okay, this will happen again, so I gotta learn to adjust for next time, right? And as it keeps happening, you will eventually improve and get better overall. And that's just the same thing with the losses, right? Like you will go through a loss. If you can't handle a loss, then you probably shouldn't be trading, right? But it's gonna happen again, man. It's gonna happen again. And like, look, today's the 31st of March. Next time I make a video, I'll add on to this video and I'll tag March 31st until whatever day, until our next loss we take, right? Because it's gonna happen again. And I'm gonna show you guys my reactions after that loss. And I'll show you guys I'll do the same thing again this time. I'll show you guys, a week after or 2 weeks after of what happened since then, right? Like you guys catch me on live all the time. I'm always on the live streams. And we all speak about those things, right? But I just feel like I want to come here and make a video because for some reason, I just know this is what a lot of traders would like to see, since this is what they deal with themselves too. And man, don't worry, man. I know it sucks. It's not the greatest feeling when you take a loss, but just look back at your journal, look back at your spreadsheet, and just remember all your other times you took a win, and look back at those wins, and see how you got there. Right? The only time you should be worried really is when you take a loss by not following your plan. Like let's say you took an impulse because you just felt like it and you didn't wait for price to do what you wanted to do. You took an impulse, hit stops. That's the only time you should probably freak out, because you actually made a dumb mistake there, right? You took a trade that wasn't part of your plan. But when you're just taking trades part of your plan, no matter the result, break even, win, or loss, like you won. Staying disciplined is winning, right? That's how I see it. So yeah, chat, just calm down, relax. Just another day in the markets, man. Same thing I'll be doing tomorrow, the day after that day. Same approach, same mindset after that loss, same mindset today. It's just another day in the markets, right? And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video, man. But hope you guys appreciate like this video, this small video, and enjoy, man. Take it easy.